Hello, in today's video I'm going to be making a pillow. This is like a Valentine's Day themed pillow. I made it around Valentine's Day, but I'm only just getting around to filming the intro and posting this video. But this is the pillow we're going to be making. The pattern is by the Caffeinated Snail. I'm going to put the link to that pattern in the description. It's a free pattern on her blog, but this is the pillow, and I'm going to be showing you my whole process start to finish of making this pillow. And I actually make a bonus pillow as well. You'll see how that comes out at the end. So the first step is I'm going to take some of this fabric and sew together a pillow. I'm going to crochet my pillowcase to go around the pillow because I don't want any stuffing coming out of my pillow. Even though that's how she does it in her pattern, I just wanted to do it a little bit differently. So I have these old shirts that were given to me, and I've just used the fabric for like different craft projects and stuff. So I'm going to go with this pink one because it's going to go with the project really well. Okay, so what I did was I folded open the sleeves, cut open the sleeves, folded them open, and this was the best I could get out of that fabric. So this is going to be the size that our pillow is. And I don't have an iron, so I usually just use this hair straightener to iron things that I need ironed. So yep, I'm gonna do that now. We'll see how that turns out. Okay, so this is where I'm at with my two pieces. They're not perfect, but I didn't want to spend too much time on that part. So next step is to get out my sewing machine and sew it up. So I just have some red thread already in here, which is perfect because the theme is Valentine, so I don't really care if the thread matches the color of the material perfectly or whatever. It doesn't really matter for this project because the pillow's going to be mostly covered up anyway. And I left a part not stitched so that way I can turn it inside out and I can fill it up. So it's kind of a small pillow, but it's okay, we can work with it. My pillow, after it's all stuffed, I'm gonna make it like a pillowcase to go over this pillow. I think I'm gonna have to adjust the size of the granny square so I can still get the same look in just a smaller size. Yep, so next step is to sew up the top there. Just a little bit left to sew. Then I'll be done with the sewing machine and can move on to crocheting. doesn't have to be perfect. Now I'm gonna move on to the crochet part. I'm going to put the link for the pattern in the description. I'll probably be using a size maybe 3.5, maybe 4. Probably this one. I'll probably try this one and see how it looks. So here's the first heart. This is the next day. I finished one heart last night and I got too sleepy. There's my pillow, there's my colors. I think that's gonna look really nice. It's gonna look really nice when it's finished, so let's make some more hearts. I did use this hook and I think it worked out pretty well. So I'm going to put the pattern for this in the description so you guys can go check that out if you want to see how to make these heart granny squares. What you doing?
I'm still saying.
The sun's coming through the window. So nice outside. Making my heart, drinking my tea. It's a good day. I'm just going to finish the hearts as I can. I'm going to take my time. I'm not going to go fast. And I'm not going to film the whole thing. I'm just going to pop back in once I'm finished with that. So far I've finished 4 hearts. I think I need to make 18 hearts altogether. 9 for the front, 9 for the back. But I think I'm going to start making some squares just to take a little break from making the hearts. I just finished my first square. I think it's going to be the perfect size, hopefully. I'll just do all the other squares just like this. I'm going to do some light pink ones too. I need 9 per side of the pillow, so let's get to work. Making the piece every time I make a couple stitches just to make sure it's straight and it hasn't gone crooked. We're almost done. Pretty nice. So I'm just gonna make a knot back here since we're not going to be able to see the back side of the square. I'm just going to make a knot. And I know this is totally not the right way to do this, but pretty cute. So after I finish the second square, I sewed the heart on the wrong side on this one. The way I did my squares is I turned every row And so this is the wrong side on the outside edge, and I want the right side to be visible on the outside edge, so I just went ahead and put it on the right side so I don't have to worry about that or forget about it and then have to fix it at the last minute. So I finished the first panel. It looks so cute. I love it. I might have to do a border all around to make it fit the pillow a little better. So it's not a perfect square, it's kind of rectangular, so I'm just gonna see how it goes. So I think I'm gonna do the other side as more plain, just stripes. So I'll do the dark pink and light pink and white in stripes. So I'll have one side of the pillow with hearts and the other side of stripes, kind of a reversible style. I don't know. Really, I just want to make more squares and more hearts, and I want to do something different because that's what I like to do. So I guess I'll make that and then we'll see. So I just finished this border around, and I think this is going to be a better size for the pillow. And while I was doing the border, I kind of was thinking about the pattern I'm going to do for the back side of the pillow. I think I'm going to do like a checkerboard, kind of pink, light pink, dark pink checkerboard. This is going to be a good size for the pillow now. Oh, the other thing is I used a different stitch than she uses in the pattern for this pillow. To attach them together, I used a different stitch. So I crocheted a back loop only slip stitch. I'm not sure if that's what it's called, but that's what it is. I crocheted the back loop slip stitch just because I like how it looks. It looks really nice and flat. And I would rather crochet the squares together than sewing them. So this is the stitch I like to use. So almost at the end of my 4th row. That's how it's coming along. I finished my back panel and I added a border to it, and then it's actually so much smaller. It's actually so much smaller than the other one. So, change of plans. Maybe I'll just make a whole nother panel exactly like this. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. And maybe I'll end up with 2 pillows if I do another panel like this. Another thing that I feel like I messed up and I should redo, when I did the border, I didn't do it in the back loop, and so the border doesn't match how I put the squares together. I don't know if it's a big deal. It kind of looks weird to me, but this is how projects go. Gotta go with the flow. Sometimes you mess up. Sometimes you gotta undo things and redo things. And sometimes you make pieces that are just not gonna work for what you're working on. And for me, that just means I'm gonna end up with a second pillow because I'm gonna do another panel exactly like this, which is totally fine. I think it's so cute. And it's gonna be so cute matching, sitting on the couch with 2 of these matching cute pink pillows. Look out the window. Do you see it? It's snowing. Look. You see the flurries coming down?
It's snowing?
It's snowing. see edge right there, and that's the second panel. Just think it looks a lot better in the back loops only for the border, so I'm gonna go ahead and undo this one and redo it like this. Okay, so I've got both my panels finished. So now I'm just going to put them together like that. And I think how I'm going to put it together is I'll do a single crochet all the way around the top and the sides. And then I think I'm going to put a button on this. That way I could use this pillow with other pillowcases if I wanted to change out the pillowcase. So I have these buttons. Not sure, maybe one, maybe two, maybe three. So to put these two panels together, I'm doing, I don't know if you can see this, back loop, front loop, single crochet. So here's how the pillow's looking so far. It's looking pretty good. Now I just gotta do the buttons. So I'm gonna take the buttons and see where I like the placement. I think I'm gonna have two buttons there and there. And now I'm doing the last row around. So this is gonna be a half double crochet with skip a couple stitches and do a chain for a couple stitches, and that's gonna make the holes for the buttons to go through. And now I'm gonna see if the button fits, and yep, fits pretty well. So next step will be to sew on the buttons. So I'm gonna take the buttons and just do a needle with some thread, some yarn, and put it through exactly where I want them, and I'm just gonna sew it on. And check to see if it fits through, and yep. And then I'll do the next one. And now the buttons are on. So the next step is going to be the scalloped edging So I'm going to take some white yarn and I'm going to start on that. So if you want to know exactly what I'm doing here, go and check out the original pattern by the Caffeinated Snail. I have her pattern linked in the description. Definitely check that out if you're going to make this pattern. I'm just going to keep going with the scallops all the way around until it's finished. And here I'm gonna fit the pillow in and see how it looks with the scallop edging and the pillow inside. Oh, it looks so cute. So I'm going to do one final little scallop edge along the bottom and weave in all my ends, and that's going to be it for this pillow. And here are my pillows. I'm gonna keep working on the checkerboard pillow a little bit more. I'm gonna put some more tassels on there. And I'm really happy with how my pillows came out. The checkerboard one is super cute too. It was a nice little accident. I ended up with a second pillow. And I'm just gonna trim the edges of the tassels so that way it's nice and neat and tidy. And here are my finished pillows. Thank you for watching if you watched this far. If you like my video, leave a like, comment, check out the pattern by the Caffeinated Snail for the heart pillow, and okay, bye.